Hello, I'm Simulated Irk, and welcome to Simulated Irk Tram Sim, or should I say ho ho ho, I'm Simulated Irk, welcome to Tram Sim. Now, something interesting has happened. There has been a massive pre-Christmas 2020 update for Tram Sim. You won't be seeing this episode until early January at the absolute earliest because of the schedule of episodes that I've already recorded. But however, there are two massive updates and a whole heap of minor ones. Now, one update is that now there is a winter mode, and just judging on these screenshots, previously in TramSim, it looked like it was summer all the time and you couldn't select any weather basically. All you could do was select night and day, but things would look the same. However, there is a winter mode with snow, and snow is not necessarily easy to animate. There's been lots of different games with lots of different versions of snow over the years. But also, if you have a look at the trees, this shot's a good example. There's no foliage, no leaves, as you would expect from trees in winter. So they just haven't added snow and then that's it. They've also taken the leaves away. Also, you'll see in this shot with the lights, there's also a Christmas mode. Now, I don't know how long Christmas mode is going to be around for. We will be seeing in this episode, I'll show you winter mode, and in next episode, I'll show you Christmas mode and what that entails. Now, for me, being in the Southern Hemisphere in Australia, where it is currently summer, the weekend before Christmas 2020, it seems really weird to say that there's a winter update, but because TramSim is based in the Northern Hemisphere, that's why. So let's get into game. Hope you enjoyed the Tram Challenge on the last episode. We'll go into timetable mode. We'll start at Preptahaptally. Now, season, summer, Christmas, winter. they're your options. So we'll go summer, we'll go winter. Now they've made some adjustments to COVID mode, fit some of the masks better, and they've even put Tram Sim masks on some passengers. So that's sneaky. So we'll have a look at that as well. Now what we should do, we should do a pre-dawn one, because the snow in the middle of winter, in the middle of the night, should be pretty sweet. So we'll go into that. We'll have a look at winter mode this time and Christmas mode in the next episode, as we will load up shortly. There's been some other improvements that we'll talk about and see if we can spot them. This is basically the day after I've received the updated version. Up goes the pantograph. Hope you're enjoying Tram Sim, part of Simulated Irk, and massive transport days with trains on Thursdays, trams, buses and trucks on Tuesdays. SimulatedIrkGaming.com. So anywho, here we are, we're at Haptopraptali. And yeah, that does look different to how it looked before. Absolutely it did. And that's a good example. So let's get into the cab. Now the bell apparently is one of the changes. Now I'll see if we can... Oh, that's what I haven't done. Hang on, stand by. We need to adjust the timetable because that's not what I selected. That should be fine now. Just say timetable mode will work better. Okay, so let's have a look outside. We have to wait for 5 minutes before the timetable. So there's our passenger view. Now, one of the things that it says that it's added is female voices, so that will be interesting to see. So you can see this. You can see the snow now. They've cleared the tracks. Now this will be interesting to see if snow on the tracks, if it will have any effect. But they've cleared the snow. But you can have a look. See on the platform there. There's a whole heap of snow, which is there's no snow actually falling at this point, but you can see the after effect of the snow. So one of the things that they've done, or a couple of things that they've done, is that on the top right hand side of the screen, you can see that I'm level 2 and I currently have 6,176 tram stopping points, or XP if you like. Now, one of the things that they mentioned was that in the past, what could happen is they would keep your tram stopping points like a running total and then add it up at the end. But what happened if you had game crashes like me? You'd actually never get to the end, so never get your points. So they've adjusted that so you get your points as you accumulate them, which is a good move. And also, maybe partly in relation to the issues that I was having, is the fact that now the memory basically does a memory refresh or a memory reset every couple of minutes, sort of like a short-term memory bank sort of thing. So instead of me driving now and then in an hour's time it try and remembers what I did, so anything that happens within that 2 minutes gets processed and then it basically gets forgotten in some respects. And so you're not keeping so much in the memory bank, and then all of a sudden it gets to the hour marker that it decides, oh, I can't cope with this anymore. So we will see how we go with that. But I think that it's nice that you can actually select a different mode, not just summer mode. It'll be interesting to see a little bit further on down the track if they add things like rain or storms, because that could be very interesting as well. There's also been some minor adjustments in relation to fine-tuning signals, traffic lights, traffic flows, all of that sort of stuff, which they seem to be doing on a fairly regular basis. But the massive winter update indeed has been a massive winter update. So we're just waiting for departure. One minute to go before we're due out. We're just going to do the standard route and have a look at the standard route, and on the next episode. So what we'll do this episode, we'll do this trip in winter mode. Depending on how we go for time, we should actually see if we could do the full return round trip. And then on the next episode, we'll go in Christmas mode in the other direction and see how we go there. Okay, time to close the doors. And off we go. Off we go, off we go, off we go. There's our punctuality points, and it's already added. It's already added to my points.
Wittelsbachstraße. Umsteigen zu 80a.
So we'll just wait for our departure time. What? Pardon me. One thing that I'm noticing straight away with the headlights from the cars, etc., some of them are actually projecting onto the road in a more realistic fashion. Okay, departure time. Ding. Let's go. Let's go. Now, for the first time, because of the snow, the roads actually look wet.
Löwengasse. Umsteigen zu 4a.
So to me, this is a massive, massive, massive improvement. So I know there was a talk initially when Tram Sim first came out in relation to adding extra lines, adding extra trams, etc. Now, their original timing may not have worked out, but I would take this improvement at the moment, and I would like it, and I like it more than an actual new route at this stage. And then you can incorporate all of these changes easier into a new DLC or a new route or a new tram or whatever.
Radetzky-Platz. Umsteigen zu O. In Richtung Praterstern.
So far, so good. There's seemingly no effect in relation to the wetness of the track. That would be a hard thing to simulate because it wouldn't be happening all the time anyway. So we'll just keep an eye on these lights here. Now the interesting thing is just having a look at that building over there and the general scenescape. It reminds me of a series that I've just started here on Simulated Irk. I'm calling it London Bus Simulator because effectively that's what it is.
Hintere Zollamtstraße. Umsteigen zu O. In Richtung Raxstraße.
I'm calling it London Bus Simulator. It is OMSI 2 and it's the London DLC. Now the fun thing about that is that OMSI 2 is a really old bus simulator, but over the time there's been improvements added to it, extra buses, extra maps and everything like that. But the underlying engine of OMSI 2 is a old 32-bit program or an old 32-bit engine, whereas many gamers and many people in general are using 64-bit systems. So imagine what a 64-bit OMSI would look like. It would sort of look like this. And it would look absolutely fantastic. Now it does, OMSI looks okay. You know, it doesn't look anything like this, but it looks okay. Having said that, the amount of
Julius-Raab-Platz. Umsteigen zu 2.
the amount of issues that I've had with OMSI, where roads, etc., just disappear. My computer isn't a potato, but the program itself, because it's so old, leads itself to look like I'm running it on a potato, where you're just driving and then all of a sudden the road disappears, or a building all of a sudden appears across the road of the route that you're on. And first of all, I thought, oh well, maybe that's me because I don't know where I'm going. I don't know where I'm going, so maybe it's me. And then I made the AI drive the bus, and they know where they're going, and it was the same issue. So we're just waiting for our time at Julius Rabplatz. Now we have to wait for the lights. So OMSI appears, or what I'm calling London Bus Simulator, because it's more marketable as a title. That appears alongside TramSim on Tuesdays on SimiIDirect, when I can go will be good. I'm running a bit late now, lost a bit of time at intersections, passengers, etc. But this next section is a relatively quick section, so we can get straight into it and make up some time. Our punctuality, because we had to wait at the intersection, went down to a 7 out of 19.
Schwedenplatz. Umsteigen zu U1. U4. 2. 2a.
It's right behind that pylon, isn't it? But I do have to say that they've done a really good job. Oi! Muppet! They've done a really good job on the snow. There's another Muppet.
Salztorbrücke. Umsteigen zu 2a. Flughafenbus. Bitte seien Sie achtsam. Andere brauchen Ihren Sitzplatz vielleicht notwendiger. Connections to Airport Bus.
So as soon as that light changes, which it's about to, try and make up some of this time. And just look at the water on the road from the snow. It looks fantastic.
Umsteigen zu U2. U4. 31. 3a.
And the lighting looks really good. And I know that would be a hard thing to do. Not my best stop ever. Yeah, that was worthy of a 1. Now, one thing that it did say in the notes about the update, it says that because it's winter, there's less people around. I'm not sure I could really tell at the moment. Alright, yep. You're just fine there. Just waiting for the lights next to my name up in the top right hand corner to change. There we go. Batter up. And the time that we made up, we've lost again.
Börse. Umsteigen zu D. In Richtung Nussdorf 40a.
Oops, that was the stop. Maybe it wasn't the stop. No, there's some stops. Oh, I don't think that was the stop. I think this is the stop. Some of them are only bus stops, and I think I stopped at the bus stop. Yeah, that's better.
Schottentor. Umsteigen zu U2. 37, 38, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 1a.
That was terrible. It said, you know what, CBI Dirk, that was so bad, we're not even going to award you points for that. But it did award me punctuality points of 18 out of 19, so...
Rathausplatz. Burgtheater.
Yeah, quite happy sitting back here for the moment. Just waiting for the light. The tram challenge was a lot of fun in the last episode. Now, I must have a look. I didn't have a look on the forums or anything like that to see where the tram bowling got to. We were promised tram bowling and there was none. I was disappointed about that. I was looking forward to seeing tram bowling. That's better. Wait for the light, my child. There we go.
Umsteigen zu 2
Wait,
in
not
Richtung Dornbach.
concentrating. Not concentrating. Trying to give you an excellent viewing experience and... Alright, let's go. That better not have been the stop. Come on, let's go. Let's go. So this is what happens when you're trying to give alternative points of view while you're driving the tram.
Ring, Volkstheater. Umsteigen zu U3, 46, 49, 48a.
Now that stop dot is basically in the middle of the intersection. Need to wait for the lights to change. They have. Let's go.
Burgring. Umsteigen zu 57a.
There we go. We need to get back on track.
Oper, Karlsplatz. Umsteigen zu U1, U2, U4, D, 2, 71, 2a, 59a.
Alright, let's go. Ah, gotta wait now. Waiting. So we'll just hang back from this intersection for a moment.
Bresselgasse.
Good, I can see that. So we need to wait for that traffic as well. And this is where this section can be really hard with the traffic. If you get it right, and if you time it well, and you manage to get all clear through this area, you're doing well. And then again, it can be quite easy to lose a couple of minutes if you haven't timed it right. And sometimes that could be through no fault of your own. It's just the way it happens. But this one, if you can manage to get through this one, where it crosses from one side of the road to the other, that's also very handy. One thing that I do like about the pedestrian as well, it's snowing, or it's winter, and they are wearing clothing that is appropriate for the snowy conditions. They're not all wearing short shorts and short skirts and long jackets, as the song goes.
Paulanergasse.
They're all wearing appropriate clothing for the conditions, which makes it look more realistic than if you just had a whole group of people wearing summer clothes in a winter environment because you didn't change the PEDs. So we'll lock the doors because we are running late and the lights are about to change, and so we want to be able to go as soon as the lights change. Running about 2.5 minutes late at this stage. Our punctuality's gone down to a 5.
Meierhofgasse.
Let's go. Let's go. How are we running? 2.5 minutes late. We haven't even hit the underground section yet. Our punctuality is now a 3. That light is now red. Just what you don't want.
Johannstraußgasse. Umsteigen zu 13a.
Let's see if we can get back on time by Stefan, which is going to be interesting, but I can do it. Okay, we're good there. So this is where you're at like 3.5 minutes late now, because it won't actually recognise my departure time until I depart, even though I'd locked the doors. And I'm just getting these run of red lights. In that situation where the intersection's right at the tram stop, and you gotta wait for the lights. it won't actually recognise your departure time until the time that you actually depart, rather than the time you close the doors, which makes sense in a way. Okay, underground section coming up.
Laurenzgasse. Bitte seien Sie achtsam. Andere brauchen Ihren Sitzplatz vielleicht notwendiger. Gasse. Umsteigen zu 18 in Richtung Schlachthausgasse. Matzleinsdorfer Platz. Umsteigen zu 6, 18 in Richtung Burggasse, Stadthalle 62 in Richtung Leitz, 14a, Lokalbahn nach Baden, S-Bahn. Umsteigen zu 6 in Richtung Geiereckstraße. Davidgasse. Umsteigen zu 7a.
So I managed to make up about a minute in the underground sections. But having said that... Oh, just missed him. Just missed him. Just pulled up in time. And that's what it's like in the real world. You know, you slam on your emergency brake, you ring your bell, you try and stop as hard as you can, but you know that there's only so much that you can do. I'm on 6,667 tram stopping points. Why couldn't it be 6,666 or 6,669? Oh, 6,670. You're teasing me. My punctuality was a 2. Or was it? No, a 3, sorry. Now, what will be interesting, we're coming up to our final stop at Stefan Vaderplatz. Now, we're running 3 minutes late. So they do give you some recovery time at the end of the route. So we have arrived. Our passengers are leaving the tram. So has it recognised? No, it hasn't recognised that I want to go on. Timetable. Ah, there we go. That would have been the one we just did. So what we want to do now... What we should do, in the other direction in the snow, we'll pick a daytime run. So that one, 12:31, and we'll adjust our time. 12:31. So we'll make it. So we'll have a look. Have a look outside. There's our tram. So you can still see the snow effect. That tree has leaves, but the rest of them don't. So we're just waiting for our hang on. I just need to adjust this timetable. Cancel that. So 12:11. So we'll make that 12. Okay, so we've adjusted the time. Alright, so we've got to wait for 2 minutes. Alright. Perhaps. Alright, so we still need to wait for the 1.5 minutes. So I'm not going to lock the doors just yet. We've still got 1.5 minutes before we're due out. So it'll be interesting to see here the difference in the snow and sort of how it looks and how the roads look and everything like that in the daytime compared to the nighttime. Now, some of it, like the path immediately in front of us, you'd think, oh, well, that's just the concrete, just how it looks.
Wintenstraße.
Now that actually looked like they had some slide in it. Actually looks like the tram slid. Ah, traffic.
Troststraße. Bitte seien Sie achtsam. Andere brauchen Ihren Sitzplatz vielleicht notwendiger.
I got no idea what she just said then. Come on. Ding ding. I'm just going to creep up slowly here. What are we waiting for, you muppet? Oh, look, there's another tram just behind us. Wow, I haven't seen that before. So that's that car just parked there. What are you waiting for, you muppet? But you can actually see the other tram immediately behind us. And I just don't want to go crashing into the guy, but what are you waiting for, you muppet? You know what I am tempted to do? We'll get out of the tram. We'll take the point rod with us. Oh, hang on, I haven't, yep, he's still there. I haven't released the door so I can get out. Didn't mean to release them all, but we'll take our trusty tram rod with us. And we'll go up and we'll investigate. Didn't know you had to do this in game, but is there anybody even in there? Oi, mate, you're right. You're right. Can't even see anybody in there. Or if they are in there, they're waiting for a parking spot. Come on. Come on, we ain't got all day. This London Tram Simulator now. Come on, mate. What are you waiting for? What's a hold up, eh? Come on. Look at all the traffic behind you. Come on. Chop, chop. Oh, have we got 3 trams behind us now? This has never happened. We'll put our tram rod back. Has he moved? No. We'll get out of the car. Have a look at this. I have never seen this before where the trams... So you got my tram. So you got my tram there. And then you've got this guy, tram number 2. Oh, he's in 303. I'm in 301, which is normally the case. So 303. Haven't got this one. Oh, he's in 306. Oh, it looks like I can't go any further. But I have never seen this before. See if I can get onto this guy's tram. No, he's locked his doors. Hang on. Oh, it's a tram heading in the other way. I'm thinking, what? And there's absolutely nothing that I can do. Yeah, I can't open his door. That's a shame. So, interesting to see, okay, what happens if I get in my tram and if I close my doors. Ladies and gentlemen, we do apologise for the delay. There is a stopped motorist in front on the tracks, so we can't proceed any further at this time. So what we might have to do, return to the cab. Should probably close the door. Well, if you have a look, you can actually see. Hang on, how's that possible? I'm not even in the cab. Or am I in the cab? I don't know. I just want to shut the door. Get in the seat. Oh, we're 6.5 minutes late. So nothing's doing here.
Schottenring. Umsteigen zu U2, U4, 31, 3a.
Happy birthday. Will that work?
Schottenring. Umsteigen zu U2, U4, 31, 3a. Börse. Umsteigen zu D. In Richtung Nussdorf, 40a. Wintenstraße. Stefan-Fadinger-Platz. Umsteigen zu 15a. 65a. Wir sind am Ziel. Auf Wiedersehen.
It looks like there can be. It looks like there's nothing that I can do. That car's just not moving. We've got 2 other trams behind us. So I don't want to go smashing into cars.
Liebe Fahrgäste, Sie verzögern die Abfahrt. Bitte halten Sie den Türbereich frei. Liebe Fahrgäste, Sie verzögern die Abfahrt. Bitte halten Sie den Türbereich frei. Liebe Fahrgäste, Sie verzögern die Abfahrt. Bitte halten Sie den Türbereich frei. Wintenstraße. Liebe Fahrgäste, bitte tragen Sie einen Mund-Nasenschutz in U-Bahn-Stationen sowie in Fahrzeugen.
Well, it's not the way that I want to end, that's for sure. Hang on. Oh, it's a tram heading the other way. Oi, Whiskey 45213 Bravo, get out of the way. Ladies and gentlemen, this tram unfortunately will have to terminate here due to a blockage in the way. There are another 2 trams behind us. Unfortunately, we cannot proceed anytime soon. I will open the doors. If you would like to leave the tram, please do so safely. So not much I can do about it. I'm not going to sit here all day. I've been Simulator. You've been wonderful. Hope you have enjoyed, and we will see you later. Bye bye for now.